Where's my bit of paper? Bloody memory. And that is a nice fit in there. Yeah, and this consumer unit has got double pole RCDs. So that's the temperature sensor for the Sterling Power battery to battery charger. Really need to read the instructions fully. I'm starting to wire up these switches. I'm actually recycling some of the old cable loom that came out of the van. So this is all different colours, so I can colour code everything. Making a record of what's going where. Yeah, so then I can just, when I connect it up the other end, I'll know what is what. Won't have to trace anything out. Yeah, so once I've gotten the wires done, I'll then put some heat shrink over that, just to make that into a nice loom. So what I've got left, we've got the other LED, which is going to run along here, which I haven't got enough of that now, so I might have to order some more of that. And so I can't wire that up, well, I suppose I could put a tail on. Yeah, so the only, oh yeah, and these, just got the voltmeter and that to do, so I'll probably just use a red and black for that. Yeah, so I think that'll all work out okay. And once that's all done, I can then panel that in, so you won't see any of that. Just have to extend that LED one, that's a bit short. Might actually redo that. I did put a connector on, but then that was a bit tight on this connection. I thought I'd extend it with a bit of wire. I just put a terminal on there, but actually I'll probably take that off and just solder that straight through. A bit of heat shrink, that'll be better connection than that. Yeah, and then I've just got to run my main. Well, actually I'm running two ground wires just to make sure I've got enough capacity. I've got a feeling these are 16 amp anyway. I think this is 16 amp thin wall, but just in case I'll double up just to make sure. Yeah, so these ones, there's that completely wired in, apart from my odd LED strip that's got to go in there. Got a spare negative there and a spare position on that switch there for that. Heat shrink is on. Only had enough to get it to that far, but I think that'll be okay down to there. I can always use a bit of conduit. I've got loads of this lying around. Yeah, so that's that all wired in. I haven't tested it yet. Hopefully, well, I've got to connect it all up as yet. But yeah, no reason why that shouldn't be okay. Yeah, so that'll be that little bit done. Right, got all those in a piece of heat shrink. I'll just run that down a bit of trunking. Just got to put the lid on that, down there, through the corner of what will be my bedpost. So when I put the cross rail on, I'll just have to cut a corner off it. There'll be plenty of support, because I've also got this one, and there'll be another one to that end as well, so there'll be plenty of support for that. Yeah, so I've got those wired in, and run back to this fuse box, which I don't know whether you'll be able to see very well in here. So I've got, I forget what I've got on here now. I think that's a USB. There's another one that's got to go on there. That's the main light. That one up there. That one is... I've got these written down somewhere. Where's my bit of paper? Bloody memory. Oh yeah, that's the... Number 3 is the voltmeter up there. That, so we've got that switched separately. Where are we? Number 4. This one is all the main LEDs, so that'll be this one here, which is on that switch. There'll be that one, will be in there, which isn't in yet because I've got to put the little shelf thing here, which I'm now building. Once that is in, I can then do the same as I've done here with that one. So that'll be that switch. Next one is the kitchen light. That one there. I'll probably have an additional spotlight over there as well, which I'll run separate. Yeah, and then that'll be water pump and heater. Yeah. That's on. See down there. Oh, it's better. I can see down here now. Yeah, so that'll be yes, the LEDs, water pump, and the heater, or the 5 amp on the heater, which is for the control for that thing there. And then the 20 amp from the heater will be going on this one, along with TV, fridge, or the kitchen spot can go on there as well. Yeah, so it sort of spreads the load out a little bit between those two fuse boxes, and the only reason I've got 2 rather than one 12 one or 12-way is because they came with the van, so they're basically free. What I removed, along with a lot of this wiring and conduit and stuff, is all what I removed from the van. Heater was in the van as well. Yeah, so I've got a bit more tidying up to do in there. Some more wires to run, which I can't really do until the kitchen is in. And I'm also just waiting for some more terminals. Yeah, I thought that was 6mm cable, but I think that's 10 actually. So I ordered 6mm terminals, or 6mm cable entry. Yeah, so I'm waiting for a 10mm 6mm eyelet, so I can attach the, I've just got it temporary on the battery there, that one, to power that one. The other one is not connected at all. Yeah, I've got some more fuses to change some of these out. Don't need a 70 on there, so these two 30s will be from, one will be from the split charger, one will be from the mains charger, and these two will be going out to the fuse, each individual fuse board. So yeah, they'll only need 40 amp on them, which I've got a couple here, a couple of 30s and a couple of 40s there. Yeah, so that's coming along. I've now just cut a piece of wood actually, because when I put my centre rail across here, I'll just need something to support it, so that can go on there. I'll fix that on there next. And yeah, I've got to fix my do the 240s yet, sort all that out, and also I've got to fit this on there. Just got some, which was in the shed, a bit of aluminium angle, so I'll make up a little thing for that to sit in. And I've also got the, on this battery charger, I've also got the little thing there which goes on the battery temperature, monitors the temperature of the battery, so that needs to go on, and that connects into there. Yeah, so I've got a few little bits I can get on with today. Yeah, next thing I think I'll get that shelf up, that'll be out of the way. This originally was going to be for strip lights, however I put it a bit low really when that comes out there. That's why my little shelf is only going to be right up high, because my bed height is quite high. So if you want to sit up in bed, you'd be banging your head if you had anything lower than that. Yeah, 4 bits of aluminium angle screwed down, and that is a nice fit in there. Might just need something to strap over it, although that is quite firm. Just if you go over a big bump, that might jump up. So yeah, I just need some way of strapping it down. But that's a good fit in there. Haven't blocked too much of the vent off. Maybe a couple of mil. Yeah, so that should do fine. And the thing is, I can just lift it out when I'm made to make the connections in, or the final connections in there, when I get the terminals I'm waiting for. Yeah, so what now? I suppose I could cut the bits of wire. It doesn't actually come with a connector, but they've got these crocodile clips on, which I'm not going to be using. Also, I'm going to be connecting straight into the fuse board. Don't think, no, I haven't got anything small enough. I don't think I've got any eyes which are small enough for that. Don't think they are. What are they? 6'6" they are. Yeah, that definitely isn't 6. I don't know what that is. About 4, I should think. Yeah. Right. Another thing I've got to do is, it's got a moulded plug on there, because obviously that's only going to go, power feed is going to be picking up from here to there, so I don't really need all this length. So I need to dig out a wire in plug and reconnect that with a short lead. I don't need all that. Yeah, put those in there for now. Yeah. Right. What next? I'm just waiting for this. Waiting for this bead. Still a bit. I'm waiting for that to go off. So I've got what I actually need. This is angled here slightly, because obviously this is at an angle. So this I'll fix on here. I should have chamfered the back of it really. So it's about a 4mm gap across there. If you put something flat across, at right angles, so there's a bit of a gap at the back there. So to get that to sit right, just need to fill that gap. I couldn't find anything, so I thought I'll run a bead of silicone on, or silicone, this stuff sticks all. I'll run a bead of that along the back, wait for that to go hard, and that will give me my 4mm kind of filler for that. So I'm waiting for that to go off. Trying to think what else I can be getting on with. Fuses I've got to change, I can do that. Dig out a plug from somewhere. I don't know if I've even got any. That's hard to come by now, because everything is moulded in, isn't it? Can't get normal plugs. Yeah, I could probably do a little bit more tidying up in there. But that is probably about it. And once that once that is on, oh yeah, I've got to cut a piece. I've got to cut a back end piece of that. Yeah, I can be doing that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Right, and now you've got this unit fully wired in. So we've got the incoming positive and negative, and that's the outgoing on that end, and also just wired in the little temperature sensor. Don't appear that they're polarity conscious, those wires, so I've just put them in like that, and they're all running down this conduit here, and the feed is coming in this front one. So that comes back to my, let's get a bit more light here, main fuse box. So that's coming in on this 30, and this other charger here, this mains charger, is also coming in on a 30 there. And I have also just shortened my lead for that, because that was way too much. Obviously not plugged in at the moment because I'm not fully connected. This is the temperature sensor, which just goes on. This is for the Sterling power, battery to battery charger. So that just goes on the negative terminal. So that's ready to fit. The negative terminal is here. I've just got this other bus bar to put in inside this cupboard here to pick up all my black wires on my 12 volt returns. Also got my earth there for the consumer unit. Yeah, and this consumer unit has got double pole RCDs or breakers, which you should have double pole ones, not single pole, just in case of reversal. And oh yeah, also it's got this little neon here, which is wired to neutral, so if you get a site where the polarity is reversed, that will come on. Although I do carry a little tester anyway, wherever that's gone, around here somewhere. I'll find that and show you what I mean. I was using that a minute ago. I'll test my sockets. I'll put it down somewhere and now you can't find it. Oh, here we are, still bag. Yeah, so one of these. Let's just get this light in a better position. Yeah, one of these. So that will just plug it in, switch on. That will just tell you if you've got no earth or back to front polarity. What else has that got on there? My connection. Get my glasses on. Yeah, so it's got live neutral reversal, no earth, neutral fault, or live earth reversal. Yeah, so that's quite a handy thing to just carry in the van. That's in my tool bag at the moment. Yeah, so explained about this, didn't I? Yeah, so that's on wired into here. The negative from that goes back to here, and also the negative from this one goes to the front connector. The pickup point, which is in the door pillar, the driver's side door pillar, there's a special pickup point in there with a socket that you can pick up your battery to battery charging. So yeah, that black just loops in to there, into this bus bar and back out again, and also connected to the battery terminal, which is also connected to chassis earth, and yeah, which is in there. So there's my chassis earth for the battery, and there's the chassis earth for the consumer unit. Yeah, so I've got a little bit more sorting out to do in there. I'll probably just put this on the other way round. This is just how it was configured. This is just how it was configured when I took it out of the van, and because there was another feed off here. I think the battery charging came in this side, but I've only got a 40 and 230, or 240s, 230s there, so that could actually go through this fuse. That wouldn't matter. So I might just swing that over onto this side, so it's running not only through the 250 fuse which is in there. That's the live end. Yeah, so it'll go through that and then through the 150 as well at this end. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Oh yeah, a bit more progress has been made. So on the 12 volt bus bar here, it's got all my small blacks onto this terminal. This is the heater, and this is it just goes to the ground earth chassis, which then goes to the battery. Yeah, that red light there is just because I haven't got a fuse in. That's the USB ports. So I've got a fuse in there at the moment. I need a 7.5 in there. Yeah, so that side is pretty much complete. This side can't redo until the kitchen goes in, because there's bits that go to the other side of the van. TV, power. That one there is the 20 amp for the heater. So I've just tested that. That's all working okay. So there's just a few other odd wires, some which I don't need. Like these ones there, I don't really need those, so I need to just tidy those up at some point. And there's odd ones which are for when I do the kitchen. So that's pretty much done in there. And this light. So over here, got that connected now. That's now charging. Battery's connected, although this actually isn't the proper battery. This is just this is the one that was in here. I've got a alleged battery to go in. So that's the temperature sensor for the Sterling Power battery to battery charger. Yeah, I might actually start the van up and make sure that's charging as well. What have I got to do? Oh yeah, I've got to fit this isolator on this cable here. Isolator switch. That fuse has just got to be mounted, but I won't do that until I've got the proper battery in here, because I think the terminals are on the opposite side of the battery. Oh, and those two connectors there, you can see, the red one and that grey one, they just go to the two little 12 volt fuse boxes, so I can just disconnect them if I need to. That is, yeah, that's all connected now. I've now shifted that feed so it comes in via that 150 amp fuse. Now you've got to have a bit of a tidy up. Just knocked all my boxes of screws over, so they're gone everywhere. I need to have a bit of a tidy up, take everything out of here, go over with the hoover and then just bring back in what I need to do for the next bit, which I think I'm going to put the carpet on there. That's either that or start doing that door. I might actually do that door, because then once that's done I can start on the kitchen, start building the kitchen units. Yeah, so that's where we are so far. Right, I'll now just give the van a start and see what that does. Need to set the battery on that, I think. From the glasses. Output voltage 14.6, which is where we should be. Just need to set my battery type, I think. Like it. Down both those buttons. More than 10 seconds, less than 20 seconds. All LEDs on the left column will shall now flash. Using these two buttons, toggle through the various profiles. Okay, so I should now be able to go up and down on that. Gel 1, other way. I think we want gel AGM 2 is what I want, I think. So we're on there. Hold both buttons for a couple of seconds or leave the charge alone for 30 seconds and it will change. Right, so we'll just leave that, I think. That should now 30 seconds. Shall I choose a node profile? Shall then flash, the unit shall then restart and go through the starting cycle again. Just going through the startup, I guess. Right, that's think we are there. I shall leave that instruction there for a minute. I think that looks like it is all working as it should. Right, I think I'll switch off. Yeah, I know this battery is it's not very good actually. That's why I bought the new one. But, yeah, it's now shutting down, I assume. I think there is some sort of timer on it. Yeah, it should turn off completely. Really need to read the instructions fully. Yeah, I think I'll have to study the instructions. I thought these would have gone off by now. So I might even connect that the ignition switch, because I know that does force it off. Right, that's my electrics pretty much completed, apart from the fuse circuits, which I can't do yet because they're going to be in the kitchen bit. Yeah, I put my new leisure battery in. Just need to find something to do with this strap, tidy that up a bit. Yeah, so I've fixed my fuse, main fuse from the battery there, from the leisure battery. Wired in this on-off switch, master switch, which then goes to my fuse board, main fuses. So that goes through this 150, there's a 250 in there, goes through this 150 onto this bus bar. So we've got a 40 and a 40, they both feed the 12 volt fuse boxes, which go off to all the lights and USBs and all that stuff. And these are the inputs. We've got 230 amp fuses in there. One is from the battery to battery charger and the other one is from the mains charger. So that's the mains charger there. That's the battery to battery charger, which is all now wired in. Like that. So this is the, let's see under there, probably not, but there's this wire here, thin wire, that's from the temperature sensor, for the battery temperature sensor. So you've got the red positive, black negative, so that's the inputs, and that's the output on the end there. Yeah, so that's the battery to battery charger. So the cables all run down the back here. I'm going to tidy all these up as yet. Just need to get some cable tie clips, mounting things to go on, so I can tie all that lot back out of the way. Yeah, so this is my power point, 5 amp or 6 amp for the mains charger. I've got another cable just coming at the end there, which is just coiled up, and that is to go over to the kitchen when I get that far. So I'll run some more conduit or trunking up around and across when the rail goes in. Yeah, so the two feeds come via this negative bus bar. This cable here is 12 volt up to my switches, this one. So this one here, this thick one, goes back to the battery. There's also another one that goes from that connector to chassis earth. Yeah, so this is from the front. This one here comes from the driver's side door pillar. That's a negative, positive, and the negative goes via this. That's just teed into that, really. Yeah, so that's all that bit. Oh yeah, and that's the negative for the mains charger there. So let's do that. That's my consumer unit. So the feed comes in through this trunking. It's down there. There's the earth, 10mm earth there as well, which comes up in this trunking. There's also a socket goes off the 10 amp. Yeah, down there, through there, and out there. I swapped this neon over, so rather than showing a fault or a reverse polarity, it just shows when it's working. As I said before, I do carry a tester with me anyway, so I always just test the sockets and hook up. Just actually put a coat of varnish on these. I think these might be dry enough to lift. Yeah, so there's my let's get a bit more light in here. There's my switches. So that's this LED here. I've got that which does that LED in there. That one does the kitchen. This main one is on its own switch anyway. Probably just dazzled you there. Take those off. That's on a separate switch as well. This little little spotlight has got its own switch, as has that one. Yep, so they're just direct off the fuse box. It's got a little battery tester there. Yeah, so that one will be for the water pump. This one is for the heater control, which I've just got all taped up at the moment because I'm just been putting some. Although this is going to be carpeted, I've just put a single coat of clear varnish on there, just to protect it a little bit from moisture. As I have in here, I've just been varnishing all in here. And there are my two 12 volt fuse boxes, which obviously that one's fully done now. This one, obviously some of the stuff towards the kitchen and the TV feed will be in there. Got some loose wires still. These are they are ignition, from the ignition switch, ignition live to wires if I ever need them for the battery to battery charger, which I'm going to have to run that for a little while just to see how that all works, if that works okay. Yeah, so that is pretty much all of the electrics for now. Got the base to go in there when I've finished. I've just taken the fronts off here because I'm going to carpet that pretty soon once that's all dry. Yeah, so yeah, electrics. Fairly well, probably 90% done, I would say. All the main bits are in anyway. Yeah,